Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Powered by Velocity podcast. I am Lane. As always, I am with Justin,
Yay, hi.
and we're trying to get more people, but our friends just like to ditch us last minute when they say they're going to be in our podcast. But eventually.
Card games do that to people.
But if you
And
haven't,
I'm making it sound like it's like a
a
gambling
poker?
prediction in Vegas or something. No,
Nope.
no, 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 no.
Nope, nope, nope. So, if you haven't listened to our podcast before, we discuss a few topics and then we release them Monday through Thursday and then the full podcast on Friday. So, we're going to hop right into the first topic, which is going to be we're going to give our predictions of what we think the Halo 5 campaign is going to be, and I guess we can also talk if we think the game's going to be good overall. I don't remember if did you play the beta, Justin? I think
I played like two
yeah,
matches
I was going
maybe.
to say I think we played one or two matches,
'Cause
but
I think I thought like the battle rifle felt weirder.
yes, yes. Let's talk about the story first, and then depending on how that goes, we'll talk about the rest of the game.
Wookie.
So, what do you think's gonna happen in the game?
Oh my God, why do you make it so fucking vague?
Okay,
Well,
what do
I
you?
don't think Cortana's coming back because I'm pretty sure they're gonna make like another trilogy out of this. So I
Yes.
see like a tease of Cortana coming back at the end. I mean, like his whole search, he's probably going out and like searching for her, trying to find something, some way to bring her back, probably.
Yep.
Um, and he's probably disobeying orders, and that's why Locke comes into play. I kind of well, Nathan Fillion's Buck character really hasn't had any interaction with.
Not that
Uh,
we know. I think he did in like the books, but I don't know how much that carries over to the games. I don't think it's
Well,
much.
speaking of the books, like Halo, Master Chief's like whole fire team is like they're all from the books. Like I think Linda, the sniper, is like
Yeah.
what she was his romantic interest before him. I don't like their costumes though. Like I always envision them being like I don't know. They kind of like made the designs on their armors kind of a little weird.
Oh,
But
like the old like Master
yeah,
Chief's
Master Chief's
teams or the
Spark.
other
Yeah.
one? Oh, okay.
I haven't really paid attention to because that whole cinematic with them like just raping shit down the
Yeah,
fucking mountain.
I was
I was
gonna
like,
say that's
that's not Halo to me.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the only thing we've watched of Halo is just I've watched the first mission, but they don't show any cutscenes other than that one part they
The
released like a month ago.
yeah, the demo looks really good. The playable demo that was
Yeah,
shown at E3 that looked really good. Like
that
I can get on board for that.
you're right about that opening cutscene. I mean, those are the new Spartans, so it kind of makes sense that they're like a lot better than Master Chief,
They're
and
supposed to be more agile, but that was just kind of fucking.
they kind of just like ran down a fucking hill.
They didn't get touched once, I don't think.
That's true.
And then like this whole I think at some point they went on like I think whoever the girl is and then maybe Locke went on to like a scarab that was kind of like
Yeah, he went on to the Phantom.
was it a phantom?
Yeah,
Or yeah, I thought it was like a scarab or something like. But there's an elite with like two elites with swords in there, and then like they just dispatch them and like that used to be a hard thing in Halo, and now all of a sudden it's like a piece of fucking cake.
especially Halo One, killing a fucking elite was a fucking bitch. But for what I think's gonna happen in the story, I think he's gonna get another. He's not gonna get another Cortana, I guess, but he's gonna get another like AI, and they're gonna try to like force the AI onto him, kinda. I don't know how really Locke really fits
I
into
mean
that.
that would make for a good story element.
Well, is what's her name?
Depending on how humanized that Cortana's death made Master Chief finally.
Yeah, um,
Because I don't see him being like kind of like in Arrow, we're getting the Oliver being like more like
Happy.
yeah happy or witty. I guess is I want to say quirky, but I'm like no,
Yeah, it's not really what
not the right word.
he seems happy with his life. But
Quivery.
is the person who made what was the scientist that made Cortana?
Catherine Halsey.
Is she dead? I don't remember if she was ever confirmed dead.
She was in the cinematic for Halo 4, and then she was primarily in the Spartan Ops campaign, but I forget. I never remember how
So
that.
she's alive and she's capable of making like
I think
another.
she's depending on. I think she's still alive. Let's just get that out of the way. But they were doing some weird portal shit in that Spartan Ops story, and like I think a male scientist died out of it, but.
So she's probably
She's alive.
alive.
She's alive. She worked for Oni when she made Cortana and stuff, but now I think she's kind of like not trusting of not trusting them. Actually, I don't know because Oni's different than the Spartan 2 program, right?
I think so. So
Even though I think the Spartan 2 program is funded by Oni, I don't. Oni's just weird. Oni's is like the fucking Patriots from like Metal Gear. You never know.
so
You
my
never know.
my thoughts is maybe either they give Master Chief like an AI at the beginning, and he like tries to find Halsey maybe to see if she can like bring Cortana back or give him a new Cortana or something, or he like just the whole game he's looking for Halsey, and maybe that's why Locke's like hunting him down because they don't want him to find Halsey or something like that.
But if he's going for Halsey and Halsey's with the Spartan program.
Well, that's what I'm
Which
saying.
just keep
Maybe
going.
maybe she's
Maybe
not with
that'll be
this.
like a third act finale type thing.
Like maybe she's not with the Spartans, or maybe they have her like because it's like you were saying, maybe she doesn't like trust the Spartans or something, and they're holding her captive or something. Because they didn't seem to really. I mean, I guess they were getting along at the end. Reach was the one where they give Cortana to Master Chief, right? I think it was.
They give Cortana to
They give it to that guy who gives it to Master Chief.
that guy that we should know his name.
I don't think he wasn't our name just the rookie.
Cap. What? Yeah, I know the rookie, but it's the guy who was the commander of the Pillar of Autumn.
Oh, we really should know that. I'm gonna have to look
Yep.
that up. But I think it's gonna be something. They don't really explain where Locke came of. There was that one cutscene they added in the Master Chief collection, but they don't really. Because wasn't he talking to the elites in that?
Arbiter. Yeah, he was talking to the Arbiter.
Oh, the Arbiter. So that means he could be like
The
a.
Arbiter's armor looks fucking awesome though. I would like to see the Arbiter play a decent role,
I-
like a at least like a second act role or something.
It's weird that they're going with like the split campaign like they did for Halo 2 because this is basically like the Halo 2
It
of
was
this
so
trilogy.
good for Halo 2.
Oh no, it was, but like this is it's just weird that they're doing it again. His
Plus,
name.
like if Master Chief's story is really kind of depressing, like his like old kind of girlfriendish. I mean, like as close as he could get to a girlfriend, being a child soldier with Linda, I think is her name. Like if it's super depressing over there, and like I need to find Cortana, it's like it's okay, Chief. If it's super depressing, then we're gonna need the levity of Buck and stuff.
I'm
Locke's got to be a buzzkill probably the whole game, but
I think Bucky's working with Locke though, so there
it's
might.
not Buck. You get it right. It's Buck.
I thought it was Bucky.
Bucky's Winter
Bucky
Soldier.
Winter Soldier. I thought that wasn't there some sort of never mind. I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know. Unless what's her name? Not Dora.
Dora.
Dare. That's it.
I don't know who we're talking about. I can't find out this
The
guy.
Trisha Heffer chick from ODST that was like dating Buck. Like maybe she
Oh,
called it one time.
oh, I haven't played ODST. I mean, I guess we played it recent than Reach, but those characters are so not important that I just don't remember any of them.
Apparently Buck was.
Like,
But
I don't know what
I mean, if you have Nathan Fillion voice anything, it's gonna fucking.
I don't
be
know what it
popular,
was about
probably.
Buck that just stood out more than that girl stood out.
He was funny. He was basically Nathan Fillion.
I typed in Halo 1 Sergeant and it gave me Avery Johnson. I guess he's not a
He's
sergeant.
not a sergeant.
What is he,
He's
a captain?
Admiral.
Admiral?
Captain or Admiral.
Let's try Captain.
Keys. That's it.
Oh, it is Keys. I was like, that we should know this. It's a fucking name of a mission.
Yeah, no,
It's like,
yeah.
how do we just forget about that? It's gonna be. I'm wondering how much different that both characters are gonna play though, like Locke and Master Chief. I'm assuming not that much difference, but there's probably gonna be a little bit of difference.
What do you mean?
Like the way that, like when you switch to be Locke, because you're gonna get to play as Locke. Is he gonna play like? Is he gonna have more abilities than Master Chief, or do they give Master Chief updated armor and stuff?
They bring back the armor lock. Oh God.
Well, they
I
have the
hated
new
that.
they have the new slam and stuff, which I thought was in the other one, but you say they're
Yeah.
not. So
I don't know why every game now thinks that's like a cool move. I don't care.
because they just all want to be
Zero.
like Destiny.
Yeah, unfortunately, but
If Halo was like Destiny, I wouldn't mind if they actually put some thought into the story.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
What were we talking about? Oh, how's it gonna be different?
Yeah,
Uh,
or is it going to be different? I guess would be a better question.
well, like I said, the Locke's crew is definitely gonna be more agile, and they'll probably have like thrusters and like maybe speed packs or something
Yeah.
like that.
But then, didn't
Um,
Master Chief also have that kind of stuff in 4? I mean, I don't know if they
I can see Locke's crew having a cloaking ability.
maybe.
Maybe they reverse engineered the elites cloaking mechanic.
That's possible.
Now they have that because I see them more as like the recon strike team kind of thing, like almost ODST, except they don't drop in from the sky.
I actually hope like the whole story they're actually hunting him. It's not like midway through the story Master Chief saves Locke and they're like, you know what, you're a good guy. I'll join your side.
I definitely see something like that happening.
I'm
third
hoping it's more.
act-ish.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's more towards the end.
Unless they just do the Halo 2 thing and cliffhanger the fuck out of us again. And
Oh, I
then
don't. There's
be
no
like,
way they
"Yeah."
do that again.
They're like, the chief will come back. The
I,
fight continues.
there's no way they're gonna do that again because everyone hated the Halo 2 ending. That was. I mean, it wasn't.
It definitely got you fucking jazzed up for it. though.
Oh yeah, but that was at the point in games where like they didn't. I mean, they obviously cared about their endings and stuff, but there wasn't like that many forums or anything to really post your fucking hatred for the game, or there weren't any comment sections on YouTube videos.
There were enough forums back then.
There was forums, but there wasn't like I don't think it was. That was like when the internet was like. That was like
being born.
yeah, like not being born, but like when people started being dicks on the internet.
People have always been dicks. It's just that now the internet gave them like an extra voice.
Well, yeah, that's. I mean, like they're actually vocal about it, or you hear it, so it's just a little weird. I hope that Master Chief isn't moping around. That's like one of the big problems
Yeah,
I'm having with the
that's
Flash,
one of
which
my
is
concerns, kind of.
because I hope he's just like pissed off rage and he's gonna fucking kill everybody. But
No, that's not. That would never be him. Just because he lost Cortana, no, it's not that.
it,
Like the payoff at the end of Halo 4 was pretty good.
what
In,
her
in
saving him?
terms of the Master Chief Cortana relationship. But I definitely don't see him being like, I'm a cold-blooded fucking killer now.
He looked fucking
It,
pissed when they like his. I mean, I guess it was just his eyes.
no,
So
because he talked to Lasky on the ship, and he was like, "We have to keep doing what we do because we're soldiers."
I
Like
guess.
her death was like inevitable. I knew it might have happened. So, but he was still fine after that. Like, when's he pissed?
His
Are you
eyes.
talking like in the trailer or
No, I'm
whatever?
talking like at the end of the game where they
Oh,
take his
yeah.
helmet off. Like his eyes just look like fucking. He's gonna fucking kill
Well,
somebody.
it looks like he's defeated.
I guess that might have been a better way to
Because
put
that
it.
whole scene was like the slow mo with his like Mjolnir fucking armor falling to the ground, like when the chest plate hits the ground.
Yeah,
And it's just like a huge fucking weight was on him,
I guess
and
that's
then like you see the eyes, and it kind of verifies it.
that's true.
They did look rageful a little bit, but I don't think it would have been directed at. It would have been directed at the Didact, not at the Spartans,
That's true. But I mean, I don't know why they're hunting him. Really, it doesn't. They don't.
because he's disobeying orders. Because he's probably out searching for
Oh,
an
searching
answer
for Katana.
and doing what Marcus did and being like, "Nah, I'd rather go save my dad."
So do you think at the beginning of the game, Locke's not going to be hunting him, and it's just gonna? I mean, they didn't really say anything. That
No, they'll probably introduce him pretty.
because he
Pretty
he seemed like
They
he
might
was.
they might start with like Master Chief's squad doing well. Not
I think that opening cutscene.
if they
that
do it
was-
right, they won't have a squad right away. They'll build it up
Who Master
'Cause, like-
Chief or Locke?
because like Master Chief's entire team has been like MIA or KIA, even though they say Spartans never die and all that stuff.
That's the one thing I do.
But I'm pretty sure like Linda almost like took a fucking headshot once. So
That's so weird that they. I mean, I guess that they have to do it to continue the story, but they just like pull characters out of nowhere. It's like, where the fuck have you been for the past?
they were
like-
in the book. They were in the book and they were fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's just weird that they. I mean, I guess Halo. It was Reach that you. Or no, it was ODST that you got to first be like a squad, I guess, kinda, and then Reach they kind of overdid it, I guess. Because like in the.
They didn't overdo it. What do you mean?
Not
Just
over-
because they gave them personality?
I guess that's not. I mean, like, because in Halo 1 through 4, you're basically just one guy. You don't have any group with you, and then ODST you have a squad, and then Reach you have a squad. So you're more squad based. So they probably just wanted to continue on with that little thing that they were introducing into the game.
Or it's just because the people in Halo Reach didn't have an AI equipped to them, so they couldn't they couldn't do any exposition while running.
That's also could be a good point. So you don't think you don't even think at all in Halo 5 they're gonna get Cortana back, or you like maybe
No, I see a tease. If
maybe at
anything.
the end or something that they're like.
Yeah, because I still think there's another game coming at some
Oh,
point.
they already confirmed Halo 6, but I was just wondering, like,
Yeah, so I wouldn't bring her back that. Well, that's my whole problem. Like we talked about Arrow, like when Oliver died, and like he was automatically already back, and then like all the wait during that month break, we were just like it was just gone. So
that's
like
true.
I want to see him like coping with it. I want to see him, I don't know, disobeying orders, trying to find her. I want to see, but it's not going to be the sole story, I think, because then I'm pretty sure like during his search, he'll find like the revival of the Guardians, and we don't really know much about the Guardians. Are they protectors or are they antagonists? If they're antagonists, wouldn't that become his mission for a little bit, and then maybe at the end he finds something
Oh, maybe yeah.
in their fortress or base or something that like points to a solution that he might get Cortana back, and then he can try it.
I feel
and
like they're gonna try to put it in Halo 5 just to. Cause I don't know what the outrage will be if she's not in it at all. I guess, or maybe she has
it'd
like
be really lame if he found like a part of her, like maybe she downloaded herself into some system and she made it onto the ship he's on.
Oh, I
now.
hope it's
like,
I hope it's nothing.
Hi, Chief.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing like that. That'll be fucking lame. But I feel like maybe. See, I still think maybe she'll get like another one that's like Cortana, and he'll be like neglecting her or whatever the fuck you want to
Yeah.
consider it.
Yeah, but he has to kind of get it early.
Yeah, that
on.
would have to be like the first 2 acts. Do you think maybe?
But I don't think he does because, well, in the trailer, the one where he's in the sand and they first show the Guardian come out of the
Yeah.
sand thing, like he holds the chip that had Cortana in, and there's no activity in that. So unless he's just carrying that while having another AI in him, I don't know.
You know how I think it was Halo 3 when he was having like the. I guess they're not flashbacks. He was having like the
Yeah,
little.
it's when she was trapped and
Yeah. Do you think maybe they might do something like that again? That because
Possibly, yeah, but it would be too much like Halo 3 that I don't think it would.
that's true. It would,
Maybe like voices in his head. And they're
or
like,
maybe I was gonna say maybe he sees her, but that wouldn't make any sense since she's always. I mean, she's mostly in his helmet, other than like the few times they're on a ship or at the end of the game where she protects him.
yeah.
So,
I don't know. I could see like maybe like quotes from Halo 4 being like somebody will say something to him and then it'll trigger something in his
oh,
mind and
maybe
we'll hear the Cortana voice and then he'll respond to like
she'll be
well,
like, "Chief."
no, he won't respond to her. He'll respond to the other person, kind of like just pushing it away, pushing it to the side.
Maybe. So, do you think I?
Because I do think that dynamic would be cool. Because Linda was like his beau when they were before she like disappeared. So like her coming back while also like I don't know. It's weird. Like we consider it kind of a love story between Cortana and Master Chief, and it kind of is, but I don't.
It's not a.
It's a slightly. It's not like
It's not a
it can't be
realistic
100.
love story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if she can make herself into Hardlight and touch him now, yeah, I don't know, anything's possible. But it's just kind of, it's not like 100% romance kind of thing. It's more of a like a special bond with a hint of romance.
Yep. So, do you think?
So it's interesting to have that.
Do you
I mean,
think
it's essentially a love triangle, but
Do you think the
go ahead.
Arbiter is going to show up at all? I know
Well,
we.
it's how he was in the fucking cutscene, yeah.
Was he? I didn't see what
Well,
cutscene was he
the
in.
lock one, the Master Chief one,
I don't.
where Locke's on the ship with the thing, and the Arbiter's like, "Oh, I knew that man," blah blah blah, and then he tells Locke how to find him.
Oh no, I don't. I don't think I've seen that one. I'm gonna have to watch that afterwards.
You can only do it in like I think Legendary on Halo 2, and it's before the Armory.
Oh,
That's
that's cutscene. I thought you meant like a cutscene they released. That,
no, 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 no.
but was that a cutscene that was in Halo 5, or was that just them? They met up like before.
It was mostly just a cutscene they made for
Oh,
a
just
tease
to like
for Halo
promote
5,
it. Okay, I thought it was just like a.
but I can see it being canon.
Do you think like we both played the beta for the multiplayer? Do you think the multiplayer is gonna be? Because they made it too much like Call of Duty, in my opinion.
No, Reach made it too much like Call of Duty.
Well, there's like aiming down guns and stuff now, which was never in
Yeah,
Halo.
which is I mean, like that's a staple of a first person shooter, right?
I
And like we've been able to scope. I mean, it's just aiming down sights, scoping
it just seems
without
weird
sight.
for like the only two franchises that I just associate with not aiming down the sight is Counter Strike and Halo. So I'm used more. It's gonna be
Can't you
strange.
still do it in Counter Strike if you wanted to?
No, you can't. You can aim down like the scope of the op, but you can't aim like down your like pull the gun in like in Call of Duty or anything like that. So I'm kind of worried that the multiplayer is gonna like I'm not gonna have any fun playing the multiplayer. I mean, I'm sure I'll have fun,
You'll
but
have fun, but I don't.
I
It
don't
might
think.
not have the legs, depending on how much they try to change the formula to appease to the wider audience of a Call of Duty or a Destiny.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if you put it that way that they want to get the Call of Duty people in, but I think that's more so going to make their fans angry than anything
I
else.
feel like I have to look at like sales numbers and just see like why Halo keeps trying to abide by Call of Duty standards.
Well, Call
I
of
don't
Duty
know why.
outsells like every game.
Yeah, but that's just because the formula is like so they nailed it right from the
Yeah,
start.
consistent.
It's not like people are doing it for the story or anything. They're doing it because the mechanics are so solid and because the spawn dying, spawn dying, spawn dying is so quick that you're never out of the action. Which I guess you're kind of not in Halo, but Halo seems more like objective kind of.
Yeah, unless you're playing like even Team Slayer, you don't really like spawn. I feel like in Call of Duty the maps are more smaller, so you're like more condensed and near people, like
Yeah,
almost from the start. But from
yeah. I will say the maps in the beta they definitely got the Halo feeling in terms of size and like weapon layout and stuff like that.
it seemed a lot more fast paced though, which I guess isn't a terrible thing,
Yeah,
but
no, that's not a terrible thing.
but
I
it's
mean,
it's gonna be
it is
weird to get
it
used
is if
to.
you keep getting fucking naded in the back or stuff like that.
Stuck in the face over and
'Cause
over again.
that's always been my problem with like Infinity Ward and stuff. Like in the Infinity Ward, Modern Warfare 3, I couldn't flank it all without having people spawning on my back, and it was just like, so I just have to. Was this World War One, and we're just doing trench warfare now? Like I'd rather be able to do where I want to go and not have to get swarmed every fucking time.
So what do you think?
I am interested in the that like I forget what the mode's called.
Oh,
but
like
one
the Titanfall mode where there's gonna be
yeah,
PvE.
Titanfall.
Yep, he'll be interesting
I
because
still see it being a clusterfuck, and like it's probably just one of those. It's probably like the the beta for Battlefront, where it's just like
Just
we
massive
don't really
amounts
care
of
if we
people.
win or not. It's just we're here to fucking shoot shit.
That was kind of how it was in Titanfall, though. I didn't really care if I won. It's just
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
maybe a little bit more, but you also had like Titans and shit, and like I'm just gonna get in my Titan and fucking rape everything and just worry about everything else later. So what do you, out of a 10, what do you think the game's gonna be? 10 being the most, like the whole game
Overall, I'd
overall.
probably say it's gonna be a 7 or an 8.
I'm
High sevens,
I'm
low 8s.
thinking a 9.
That's respectable.
I
That's also like Phantom Pain got like a 9.3, so that's kind
oh
of
that's
that's very generous. I
that's
mean, that's
true.
off of like Metacritic or like game trailers like standard or scales, but
I don't see
I
the
missed the two piece.
I don't
Okay.
see the story being a letdown unless they just completely fuck it up, which I doubt. And then the multiplayer is always consistent enough. But if they gave Phantom Pain a 9.3, then maybe like Halo will get like an 8, because there's no way that Halo's gonna reach
Yeah, maybe an
Metal
eight
Gear.
five, 8.8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the games of the years are probably gonna be Metal Gear or Fallout. There's no way it's gonna be Halo unless
Yeah, because I'm gonna say that the Halo 4 story I hold is probably like the best one because it actually seems like they tried to have like a cohesive story to it.
and there was actually some backstory to it. It
Because
wasn't
like
just
Halo 1, even Halo 2, and Halo 3 was the first time we kind of got a story where he had to find her again.
Halo 1 was just
But
like you're
it's
a
always like there's this underlying mission that like you don't, I had never been really attached to. It's just like we're kind of doing the stuff.
That's what Halo 1 and 2 was. It was just like, you're Master Chief, you have to go stop the Covenant, maybe fight some Flood along the way. There was nothing like, what was the big plot point in fucking Halo 1? Having to get keys and save them? Like, I think that was it, basically.
Well, falling onto I forget how they got onto the Halo, but then like they landed on this fucking mystical ancient ring, and they're just like, well, we're stuck here for A, and B, this probably isn't good. So there was like a little bit of intrigue there, so it kind of worked. Plus, just the Covenant, you just blew you away in the beginning because we hadn't seen anything
That's
before
true.
that.
That's true. Ooh. All right, so for topic 2, we heard this on another podcast, but we're going to do it as well. We're going to talk about the best cutscenes or best cinematics in video games. Just
Did we hear it on another
It was
podcast?
on another podcast. At least
I
I
mean,
did.
it's a pretty
Yeah, it's a
fucking,
vague, like,
it's not
not
vague.
vague.
It's up there.
Popular
It's one that
topic.
everyone probably wants to talk about at
Yeah.
some point.
So I'm gonna list some of my. I'm gonna talk about my favorite one. It's probably not the best one, but it's probably the one from Saints Row. There's two from Saints Row. The one where he says, "Who doesn't want to be Johnny Gat?" As you're robbing a bank.
Oh, that was a great. Well, yeah, that's technically
It
a
was
cutscene.
technically a cutscene.
Yeah, because there were more that I was like, no, that looks like a cutscene, but it's definitely a scripted moment. I'm like, that's a different list.
And then my second one from Saints Row is when you see Burt Reynolds and he's like, Burt fucking Reynolds. That also,
I mean that cutscene didn't do much for me other than just that laugh. So maybe it's more of like a
yeah,
tagline.
those weren't
Because
really.
nothing really happened in that.
Yeah,
in that
those
cutscene.
weren't really like like one of the best and my favorite. Those are like just funny ones that I thought I want to bring up. I was also thinking of another one that's actually not a cutscene. It's when the claptrap from Borderlands gets to the stairs and just like no.
Stairs, no.
But also,
That was a good payoff because he mentions it in the beginning of the game too. When you have to like activate the elevator
Yeah.
to get up to the top of where the fire guy is.
yeah, that's so funny. They just brought that back up. It really came out of nowhere.
It's so funny.
But for serious ones, since those are more for laughs, I like the. Do you remember in Gears 3 when Coltrane goes back to like the stadium and he goes through like the whole like.
Oh, the flashback.
The
Of, like,
flashback.
his glory days.
I mean, I guess it was half cutscene, half him like just having the bomb and running everybody
Oh
over.
yeah. When he fucking just trucks
Yeah.
like 5. It's so weird, but it was kind of like a fan service thing.
Yeah, I'd consider that a cutscene. I mean, there was a little gameplay, obviously, but you're not really doing much. But like, it was just like a cool cutscene overall. What else do I have? I like the COD 4 nuke going off because I never ever thought that
Ooh,
was gonna
that
happen.
had a lot of resonance before that because that was before every movie was like destroying cities and like
Yep.
every game had like multiple nukes and stuff. You could also make an honorable mention for the Modern Warfare 3 one where you see that same nuke but from Makarov's perspective.
Oh, yep.
Is it Makarov?
Yeah,
His perspective.
when he's like standing outside the building with all his
yeah,
people.
and he sees it off, but then he does the typical Makarov thing where at the end you're following him and he shoots you, and
Yep.
it's just like okay. Thanks.
So I was also for Modern Warfare 3. I thought this is the one you're gonna bring up when they're in London and that fucking little kid kid blows up next to the thing, which I guess is just really fucked up. But
London when the video camera
yeah, the
thing,
little girl's
the
next to the
bio.
truck.
So basically, anytime the nuke or biochemical weapon goes
I
off in a Modern
I mean,
Warfare.
I don't want to say that, but like those are moments that like I'm gonna remember when I play like any game. I'm like, those are fucking sick moments. That are just like,
If I was gonna have a Modern Warfare one or not a Modern Warfare one, a Call of Duty one, it would probably be the revelation in Black Ops 1 where you find out that
oh, that you're a Reznov, or you think the
yeah,
Reznov doesn't exist. That's a
yeah, but
great one.
I still think that's kind of like in game, so I can't really
I think I would
I don't
consider
really
that.
I mean, like you don't have much, you don't have control over it until they give you back control, but it's still kind of threaded in the game. But I mean, it could go either way.
Yeah, I'd probably consider that one.
My name is Victor Reznov.
I can't believe I forgot about that one. Like when I started making my list of things I like, good
Oh,
cutscenes, I started with Call of Duty. I was like, the nuke,
yeah, it's
the London
not.
blowing up.
It's weird.
That was such a good one, though. I completely forgot about that. Do you?
Yeah, when we do the set pieces, that'll probably be your entire fucking list.
I was also thinking about. Remember at Ground Zeroes when at the end of the game where like the whole mother base blows up? That was just like a sick look. I don't know if you probably. I mean, you've played Ground
Oh
Zeroes.
yeah,
Like
what when they're on the airfield or whatever?
when they land their helicopter, they're on top of one of the like
Yeah, they start getting shot at.
yeah, and the whole thing just like blows up and just starts lighting
Yeah.
on fire. I thought that was a pretty cool one. What else do I have? Oh, I like the beginning of Halo 3 when Master Chief crashes into Earth. I mean, it's not the best one, I guess, but
Oh, you mean like when
Johnson
Cortana
finds
has the voiceover going over too, and she's like, they let me pick
yeah,
any Spartan I wanted. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was like the start of when we realized that like the Master Chief Cortana kind of thing.
I just liked it because like Sergeant Johnson finds him is like, we're not gonna leave him here, and then he like just picks up his hands like, you fucking not gonna leave me here, absolutely not.
And then also the Arbiter shows up, and the Master Chief
Oh, yeah,
doesn't know
almost-
that they're working with him yet, and he puts a pistol under his
Yeah,
neck.
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
Chief, 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 Chief.
Yeah.
Don't.
So, did you have any cutscenes in mind?
Yes, I did. I tried to kind of think. I kind of wanted to frame it a little bit better. I don't know how well I succeeded. Like yours were just kind of like they were cool and funny and stuff like that, but like maybe ones that like actually had some resonance.
Yeah.
Let's see what I have. First off, the one that really hit me back in like 2005, I want to say, the first God of War, the opening cinematic.
Is that
It's-
when you're on the boat?
It's like the title screen has his face looking at you. Well, it's like right before the flashback back to the boat because that's like
Oh,
a
is that when
3 month.
he's jumping off the cliff?
Yeah, he's like, the gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there's no hope, and he just fucking kills himself. And I'm like, holy fucking
Back-
shit! Because it looked really, really good at that point, and like B, that was just like, that's a hook.
That's a great
hook
way to
get you.
start the game. Yeah.
She's like, Jesus. And then like it comes back at the end of the game, and the gods save him, but you didn't know that in the beginning.
Well,
and then-
obviously.
yeah. So that held a lot of weight. Another God of War one, 2, kind of the same thing. It is a cliffhanger, and it's probably would piss people off, but where he's riding Guy up the side of Mount Olympus, and he's like,
Oh, yep.
so they have the gods talking on Mount Olympus, and then they start hearing like shakes and shit, and they're like, what the hell's that? And then like hands all the way down to him, like riding Guy, and he's like, Zeus, your son has returned. And then it's just like, oh my god. And then you could like bring it back to 3 where they had like the PS3's like high fidelity fucking graphics and shit, and you could just like that even better because then you just start fighting on it.
Yep.
Mass Effect, I would say, in terms of like personal connection, like any of like the romance scenes when they pan out, because like I went with Miranda Lawson, and I'm
You
gonna
just-
admit
you
it's
just
probably
killed
just
me.
because you just literally. Oh, I did. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
sorry. Continue.
Like the Miranda Lawson one, like there's still some like emotion behind that, but like you're basically just fucking in that one. But like maybe like Talia's one has a lot of emotional like weight to it. What is it, Liara?
Yep, Liara.
Hers is good too. Like, and then even like the statement, even like the him and Steve one, like that's a homosexual relationship, and like that they did all the relationships like so beautifully that like you were so invested in it, and they did them justice. So like I feel like any of those would be considered. What does that say? Oh, Mass Effect 3, the Battle for Earth, because that's like the huge payoff that you've been working for so many games. When you have the entire fleet with all the like teams you've
Oh,
accrued.
is that when you like you're flying in the ships? I think.
You like slip space back, and all the Reapers are defending. Reavers or Reapers?
Reapers are in gears.
Yeah, Reapers are Firefly. that happened to me again. Yeah, it's the whole payoff. They're just defending Earth, and then like you slip space back into them, and you're like, I mean, I did really well, so I don't know if like maybe it would be less if you didn't recruit certain teams
I don't even
or
remember.
anything.
That was so long ago when I
But
did
like,
it.
I had the Geth, I had the fucking who were Talia's people,
Ooh, I
the
don't. Oh yeah,
Quarry.
Quarry or something like that. We probably
Yeah.
botched that big time,
Yeah, so
but
like he just talked to all of them and then a big emotional speech about like this is it, and then just the Normandy doing like that whole weave in through the fight thing that they kind of did at the suicide mission in Halo 2.
yep.
Not Halo 2,
Mass
Mass
Effect
Effect
2,
2.
yeah.
Yeah, they're both space operas,
I,
so I
I
might as
just
well.
thought of another one. You were talking about like moments that I mean, I guess you weren't really talking about moments that defy a character, but I was thinking about when we first met Trevor in GTA. That was like
Oh, yeah, that's fucked
perfect
up,
scene
but
that
yeah,
like sums up who Trevor is as a
yeah,
character. Like
yeah.
you know what the fuck he's gonna be like and things like that. Just
Jesus Christ, it's so messed up
it
though.
really is, but that sums up his character perfectly.
Yep, yep.
Do you have any
Uh,
other ones?
oh yeah, I do.
I just kind of
The
interrupted you.
opening of Mass Effect, I told you, I couldn't think of many other games, but like in terms of the games I remembered, like opening of Mass Effect 2 when you die, the opening cinematic where the Normandy gets fucked by the collector's ship
Oh, and they
and just
revive
gets
you.
blown to smithereens, and then you fucking like bleed out. And like I got a huge celeb crush on Yvonne, so like when you wake up with Miranda Lawson just like right in your face, I'm like, oh, that's so great, so awesome. Um, let's see, Darksiders, the very end of the first Darksiders, where he's talking to I think it's one of the angels, like the leader of the angels, and they're like, well, so like what do we do now? And he's like, we call for backup, and it just like pans to the sky, and the other four brothers or other three brothers are falling down, the other four horsemen.
hmm
So that was wicked fucking cool. Even though I've only had one of them to play as so far, I still want like a Darksiders 3 co-op with
Is
like
that ever gonna
Strife
happen?
and Fury. I do think they were talking about having like a Darksiders 3 at some point because I think somebody bought it from THQ during the
I would
sale
assume so. Yeah.
sale slash auction. I guess technically
Buying
a
out.
going out of business auction. Yeah. Um, Halo Reach when they hand off Cortana, I think we kind of mentioned it earlier.
Oh, are you talking about like?
When Noble Six hands it off the keys, yeah, we definitely talked about. But then like Emil fucking does like all the other ones have died. Like Cat got shot in the face. Fucking George suicided himself. Well, sacrificed
Oh,
himself on the
when
ship.
George killed himself, that was a good fucking scene.
Well, when he throws you out of the
Yeah, he's like,
back into space. Apparently, Master Chief's not the only one that can fall from space and survive. Um, But yeah, when he hands it off and he's like, "No, I'm gonna stay behind," and the meal fucking takes on that elite and then gets stabbed, and it's just like, "Oh man!" But then you can also do that interactive thing where you can look and see the Easter egg of Master Chief.
oh, yep,
Want to?
that's a good one.
Halo 2, giving them the Covenant back their bomb. That's like right when he became like
Badass.
a sarcastic, witty little badass. And it was so awesome. Oh my God. Like, it's so improbable that he would be like, I'm just gonna like fall perfectly with this bomb and just land on a ship.
Yep.
Um, Halo 4, definitely the Cortana death, because
I'm surprised
that
I
probably
didn't think
held
of
the
that.
most weight. And then I guess another one that held a little weight, Gears 3, Dom's death.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
they do like the slow-mo kind of, it's kind of like cliche, but that whole game is a fucking action movie, an 80s action movie
Yeah.
anyway. So like, it's gonna have those elements, but like the slow-mo and just like this extreme close-up that they do of Marcus's face when it happens. Plus the song, man,
Oh,
that song,
that was so.
especially when they played it during Gridlock. Like sometimes I was just like, oh come on,
What
man.
about when you find Maria's body and Dom thinks that she's
Ooh,
alive? That's probably a good one to talk about.
yeah, that's a good one.
I was thinking. I mean, I haven't finished Last of Us, but what about the beginning of the game when his fucking daughter dies, like in his arms? Like, you don't
For
really
the
have
most
like
part,
a
yeah, that is a cut. The actually her dying part, but like get even just like
the city.
the like the set pieces to get to that point. Those hold a lot of weight too. But like, yeah, it's actually a cutscene when she
Yeah, I
dies.
mean, we don't have like a big connection with his
God.
daughter,
How much
but
how much do you know about like them? How much have you heard like Troy Baker talk about that scene?
I have not heard him talk anything about that
He's
scene.
like he made us do like take after take after take, and he's like, I know this is really tough, but like we're so close. Can we just do one more? And like Troy Baker's like, I literally dug. I'm not gonna say what I thought about, but I dug into the deepest, dark fucking parts of my fucking memories and soul, and I just fucking went at it, and it was just like I was broken for like a couple days after
I,
that. I'm
I
like, holy
I've never
shit.
really thought
I
about
mean, it
that.
paid off, but holy shit. Because he's like, right after we did that take, he was just like, okay, that's it. We got it.
You kind of like knew that she was gonna die too, which is kind of because she wasn't like on the cover art, so it wasn't like a. I mean, I guess you didn't know she was gonna
She,
die, but
I don't know if he gave his daughter right there like a scar on her face and like dyed her hair, he could have passed off Ellie in
maybe
probably
a
the
little
the
bit.
opening,
Uh,
just like the beginning marketing for that maybe.
I'd like to say some of the Uncharted ones, but those are mostly like they're like there's no real good cutscenes in Uncharted, not that I know of at least.
The train
The tr-
over when he wakes up on the
I guess
train
the
that's hanging
beginning of
over
the
the
train,
mountain.
because I consider that just like I mean I guess that's the same as the
Or no, ooh, Uncharted 3, the cutscene where he has that he's at like the restaurant in the I want to say it's like Paris or something, but I don't think it's Paris. But with the villain chick, I forget what her name is.
I don't remember either.
But it's just like he's just like doing that whole quippy like passing it off like, I'm Nathan Drake, it's my heritage and all this stuff, like I deserve what's in there, and she just like breaks him down and she's like, "Oh, Nathan Drake's not your real name or not your real surname, and like you were an orphan and your mom killed herself and all this stuff," and you could just see his face like breaking. And it's like, holy shit, we just got a lot more information on Nathan Drake that we didn't. Because like, I was, I didn't really believe that it was like, oh, cool. Like that's a cool premise for a game in Uncharted One, where he's like the son of an ancient like sailor, well, not pirate,
Sailor?
pioneer, I would
Okay.
guess, or whatever the hell they call him.
Explorer?
Yeah, explorer, what or conquistador, I guess.
I don't know the exact
Uh,
word.
yeah, one of those words. But like I was like that's an interesting premise. It's like a modern day kind of continuation of maybe some of the stuff that like an adventurer would go through at that like back in the 1500s, 1600s or whatever. So that's cool, but like I didn't really believe that he would have actually been a true descendant of it, and like that payoff was really that really worked. That worked for me.
Trying to think.
I mean, and then like Sully dying after that, even though it's a hallucination, like that one sucked. Sully's been your dad for 3 games, and then like he's gone.
Trying to think. I'm looking at my game list right now. Was there anything in like the Batman games that were really?
Yeah, I mean, I could pull a bunch of that. Joker's death, the whole
Oh, that was a good one.
the whole duality of the man thing. Because when in the Catwoman part, there's the picture of Cain and Abel. Like I forget who killed who in that fucking biblical story, even though it's like the third biblical story. But I kind of forget who was doing who. But it's the whole duality of man painting, and then like it just bookends on the end because it's Batman carrying Joker as opposed to like Cain carrying
Yep.
Abel the other way. Yeah,
That
Cain
was a.
killed Abel.
I was thinking like when I was thinking of a list, I didn't even think so. Like I thought of Batman for a second. I was like, I don't think there's anything, but Joker dying's definitely a big one.
The the revelation that Joker like when they do that whole like what do you do well how do you trick the world's greatest detective, you put the answer right in front of his nose and you just watch. And like that was wicked cool, and it just like goes back to where the notes in the fucking safe when he fights Mr. Freeze, and like he's just it's so good. And then I don't know, they do the after he kicks him out of the window with the wheelchair when he gives him his blood, and then it just shows like the other Joker that he thought was dead, like wakes up and you realize it's Clayface.
Ooh, yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Sh-
there's probably a bunch from that one, and then I went through over my games list and I was just like, Dead Space probably has a few moments, but like they're more set pieces in cinematics because like the first necromorph you see, it's a set piece. Like you can move if you want to.
so we should do a set piece topic at a
Yeah,
later
yeah,
date.
because like the BioShock games, that's like
I was gonna. I forgot.
all set
I was
piece.
thinking about that when you. What about when you find out at the end when he does like the what is that stupid line he says at the end of the game? Will
Oh,
you?
what BioShock?
Yeah, will you?
Would you
Would
kindly?
you kindly? Isn't that like a cutscene where he's just like flashing back?
Yeah, yeah, I would say this. Yeah, the whole because you like find a wall with it, and then he just like talks over, and it's like, "Would you kindly? Would you kindly? Would you kindly?" But it's just like quick, like it's just like a quick flashback, like quick rapid succession of flashbacks.
Mm.
So like that's still the best twist of like the past 2 generations that we gaming. Um, but I wouldn't say it's like a it's not very long,
Not
so I don't know
worthwhile.
if it would make a cutscene list.
So do you have any other ones?
No, those are the ones I had on my list. I mean, that's definitely a topic I could see us going back to after a while.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
that
there's a bunch of games coming out
that's
soon that
yeah,
I
and like Fallout might have like cutscenes
there's
now.
good ones in Metal Gear, but I don't want to spoil Metal Gear for anybody since it's
Well,
all
there's probably some other Metal Gears, right?
um probably. I mean, I haven't really. I mean,
I mean,
we could.
what about Raiden when he like shows up and he's a fucking ninja and you never knew that before and he just rips for like 10 minutes he rips apart like fucking those ATSTs things.
In Metal Gear 4, we could probably talk about that for fucking ever because it's just. I heard that game has like hour-long cutscenes or something
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It,
I just went through like some YouTube playlist once and I like napped halfway through and I woke up and it's still happening. It's just like holy shit.
All right, so let us know down in the comments what are your favorite cutscenes or what do you think the best cutscenes are. I guess those are two different things, but I kind of named a little bit of both, and so did you. Well, you named most.
Yeah, and if you have like a cutscene that really like that you really enjoyed, let us know why. Like what was special about it, what resonance did it hold? Because that's more like why I wanted to do kind of this topic is just either it's a personal weight that you had or like just the way just like the way it was presented in the story itself. They can either be emotional, like you kind of went for funny and cool, and I kind of went for like it broke people. But like I don't know, just let us know what you thought about what your thoughts about the cutscene that you pick are.
All right. Okay, so for topic 3, Halloween is this week, so we're gonna do 2 Halloween topics. But the first one we're gonna do is favorite horror game or best horror game. I don't like horror games at all, so I'm gonna probably say the best one that kept me away from wanting to play it, which is probably like the original Silent Hill games because I fucking hated those things.
Did you try them?
I did try them, and it fucking I'm a fucking bitch.
The only whenever it's Silent Hills, I always think of just the one with the nurses and Pyramid Head. Is that the one you're talking about? But I think that's like either 2 or 3.
There was one in the city. I didn't finish it because I played it like one of the first ones when I was younger, and I could not finish it because I can't stand scary shit, which I'm gonna talk about a lot. And
Yeah, you bought the Saw video game.
see, I wouldn't say Saw is a real horror story.
Gore porn isn't horror.
I mean, I guess it is, but it's not like I'm more scared of like the what could be around this corner. Not I'm stuck in
Yeah,
a fucking
so the pig person.
yeah.
The only time you got scared.
Pretty much. I was thinking of other ones.
That was terrifying though in that game though when like you have to like trap him in that cage and like you actually finally see him because he like stalks you for most of that horrible game. But then he like you have to get like right in his fucking face at a certain point. You're like, holy shit, this is terrifying.
I was thinking of the Five Nights at Freddy's game. Those fucking. I've never played one, but just watching them would scare me.
I get it might just be like the premise because like I don't know. It's like that whole thing where like clowns are scary even though they're a childhood fucking like party thing.
I don't like that. There's like nothing you can do. You just sit in that room and that thing's gonna fucking.
Yeah,
pop.
you're locked in, which is like definitely something that they think about. Like some of the thought that goes in, like if you listen to developers talk about like how they design horror games, it's like actually really smart and really cool.
Probably.
Like because if you take the control away from them or you limit their control at certain points, it's just like unbelievable. Until Dawn, I would say.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to play that because I wanted to get it a little bit like a better feel of what that is. But I know that the premise of it.
Yeah, I know like the whole story, but there's also different alterations. So like maybe you do something in one scenario that avoids a fight, but then the other time it could be like probably the best jump scare in the game. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Something like that. So that game just it does the horror pretty well, but it also
It can be
does
different.
the whole multiple stories thing. Well, not multiple stories, but multiple outcomes.
Yeah.
I would say.
I was thinking of also Alan Wake kind of freaked me out a little bit. It's not. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
a huge.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say it's a huge horror game, but it had some moments.
It's that whole darkness thing. I would say.
Yeah, probably. I'm.
Right, and that's another thing. Like you're kind of limited by the light. You have limited batteries. You have limited flare guns.
Yep.
I mean, they gave you enough to work with, but like that first time where you're not really armed yet, and you have to run for that first fucking lamp, but then it goes out,
Yep.
and you have to like find the generator like while the thing's still chasing you. Plus the dodge mechanic, it was pretty intense. Like you can hear somebody coming up on your six, and then you have to do that quick dodge to just like do it in slow mo, and you see like the hatchet miss your head by like 2 feet, like 2 inches, and it's like, oh my god, I just got away by the skin of my teeth.
Uh, the beginning Resident Evils, those are kind of really scary and freaky. But maybe that was just because we were younger, and I don't like scary games
Well,
with
I
me.
didn't really play the beginning
Oh
ones. I think
well,
I started really with
you're
four.
lucky.
Yeah, probably. I can see like Nemesis being fucking
I
terrifying.
had like an older cousin. I have an older cousin that's like 6 years older than me, and I always used to go to his house, and he'd always have like the older kids games that I probably wouldn't be allowed to play. But we'd play him anyways. We'd be sitting like in his basement at like midnight or 1 a.m. playing scary games. Like, oh, this fucking blows so much.
I did play Slender at the
I was
request of my
I was
sister.
gonna say Slender's probably
Slender is terrifying.
probably I would. Aren't you in like a
It
forest?
kind of isn't. Well, like for the longest time, he's not around because you have to find so many pages before he actually starts being like a significant threat. Because like when you're on one page, he's not really gonna like jump right in your face. But like when you're one page away and he's just like fucking lightning and all over the place, like teleporting, or like right near you, you're like, oh my God, this is so amazing. One time he like teleported right literally in my face where I was sprinting and like I just died. I was like, oh. But
Trying to look up some other horror games because I can't.
oh well, Dead Space, I would
Oh,
say.
Dead Space definitely. I haven't played.
Dead Space is -3 because they made three just a fucking just an onslaught of killing the necromorphs.
Let's see what else. So I heard the new Soma game is pretty scary. I mean, we neither of us have
Yeah, a lot
played
of
it,
people have been
but
playing that. That's kind of like it's almost like BioShock, right? In the darkness.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
I still don't know what the enemy is in that. I was watching James and Elise from Funhouse
yep.
and Game Trailers play, and like she had played at work, and he was playing for the first time, and she was trying to kind of bait him into like a jump scare. I was feeling like, and he just never got to it, and it didn't happen for him. And then she was like, "What the hell?"
What
But then they like cut the video, and I was like, "Oh."
what about like Alien Isolation? I guess that's not a horror game, but when that
Yeah,
alien
I went into that thinking it would be more scary,
oh, they made it
and
seem
it
like it'd
didn't.
be more scary, but
Yeah, it really didn't
when you first
end
get
up being
jumped on
that.
by that alien though, that's a fucking a little bit of a jump scare, I would say.
What do you mean when you get jumped on?
Like when
When
the
he,
alien attacks you and kills you basically.
oh, the first time it gets
Yeah,
you?
so that's a,
Yeah, I can see
it's a
that.
little bit. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say this.
When really only times I was scared is when I was just kind of like I knew where he was, but like I didn't pull up the whatever the tool is that shows the radar map thing. Like, and I didn't pull it up, and then all of a sudden I hear him drop on the vent that I just passed under, and he's already in my back pocket. You know, there's nothing you can do. Like that was terrifying.
I remember when we were playing that at your house, and you're like, "I can hear him above me. He's gonna fucking get me."
Yeah,
uh,
because you could hear him drop down on a vent, and like the way the sound worked in that game, like you couldn't tell if it was the vent right that you were right under or like the one down the hall. And like when it was down the hall, you were like, "Thank fucking God." But then like you wanted to keep an eye on him, but then like he might see you. So I guess parts were terrifying.
I was
But I wanted to say I definitely went in thinking that was going to be scarier than it was.
Evil Within was. I mean, Evil Within, I guess, isn't scary.
Yeah, that was another one I thought was going to be scarier than it actually was because it was a kind of more of a psychological
Yeah, like when that guy at the
mind
beginning with
fuck
the
as opposed.
chainsaw, he kind of that was kind of scary at the beginning of that game, but
Yeah.
after that, it
Well,
didn't seem.
pretty much anyone with a chainsaw, the Resident Evil 4 one, the guy in the
Oh
first village.
yes, 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 yes.
That one was intense because you were like locked in a room and then the bell tower goes off and then the whole fucking town's attacking you and you're like, oh no,
I was gonna.
trying to board up windows and search for ammo. You don't have much ammo at that point. I can tell you that.
I was gonna bring
Uh,
up PT, which I guess is just Silent Hills, but you didn't know it was Silent Hills
it
at the
was a
time.
different version. Yeah, it was a different version of
So
Silent Hill,
I
though.
would consider that different because it was more like a tease to it, but it didn't really play like the other Silent Hills plays. But that thing was fucking. I played a little bit of it, but I could not continue on. It's literally sitting on my PS4 just in case we ever want to record it and make me look like an idiot, basically.
We could say games that weren't supposed to be scary but ended up being scary. Thief, the whole. Did you see the keyhole thing?
Thief, like the new
The most
version?
recent Thief. Yeah,
I
the most recent Thief.
don't think so, unless it was part of the main game.
Like there's a mission. Mission 5 is like you go to the asylum to figure out stuff, and the mission before they jump scare you with the keyhole thing, and then they do it again in the
Oh
fucking
wait, you mean like
asylum.
the oh, like in the crate, like the mental house building thing? I think.
Ooh, 5, the asylum thing.
Yeah, yeah,
On the
yeah,
island.
yeah. I know what you're talking about
Yeah.
now. I thought it was like
Yeah. So like you can feel well. First off, you go there and the door is closed, and then like you go to a certain part on the side of the building, and then you can hear the door open, and you're like, that's weird. And then you go inside, and then it just randomly paranormal activity closes the door behind you, and then you have to look through the keyhole, and then she does like this. So you're looking in first person through the keyhole, and it's all like really close, and then like a face just comes out from the side, and she like jump scares the fuck out of you. And she's like, "You shouldn't have come here." And you're like, "Oh my god, you did it again!
Maybe,
You literally just did it to me 20 minutes ago."
maybe you're right.
And you
Maybe I
just did
should
it
have
again.
left.
Yeah, and then like if you're lock picking in certain parts of and then in the kitchen and like kind of the basement, they have like a mannequin thing, and there's I want to say like a key a key you don't need, but a key that will open up another like wing of the house
Mhm.
asylum. So you pick up the key, and then the mannequins have like moved behind you, like closer to you. It's that whole. I forget another game kind of did that too. I feel like.
I was thinking of a scary moment in a game is when in Arkham Knight when the Man Bat just fucking first gets
Oh my
you.
god, fucking hate. Yeah, that's
That's
another
not a
one.
scary game, but that's a fucking wicked scary moment in the game.
Yeah,
You told me about it and I still got scared.
yeah, yeah. But I could tell you about it, and
Yeah, I
I
still don't know when it's coming.
can't verify when it's gonna happen. It can just happen whenever.
That's so
You might have to be
true.
in the right part of the city for him to jump scare you.
Probably, but it's still.
Then the fucking Joker does it to you right after, like
Yep.
3 hours later, and you're like, God damn it,
Why am I so
gets you
scared?
every time. Well, I mean, that's the thing about jump scares is like even if you know it's coming, when it happens, you're still not really ready for it.
It's so true.
Because like I remember watching, we were like in our Spanish class in freshman year of high school, we were watching like I don't know, she was kind of a pushover, the teacher, so we got to watch like America's Funniest Home Videos a bunch of times, and they had like a crocodile, and like I was really big into fucking Steve Irwin and the Crocodile Hunter, and I was really big into the fucking like animals back then, so like it was just a crocodile, and like some guy was like antagonizing it, like trying to be like, I'm gonna pet you. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. I know exactly what crocodiles can do, and that they can snap real quick. And like I was getting ready for it, I'm gonna look really cool in front of my crush, and I'm gonna jump. And I fucking jumped anyway. I was like, God damn it,
uh,
son of a
did
bitch.
you ever play the Outlast game on?
No,
Wasn't that a
but
game that we're always like, we want to buy that, but we never do?
yeah,
It's
yeah, that would terrify me. Well,
probably.
maybe not. That's more. It gets too. I think it gets gory towards the end. But like that guy jump scaring you a couple times.
I'm trying to look.
Uh,
Condemned was kind of. I guess that might have been more gory than.
man, the bear,
Yep, yep, yep.
bear would have been fucking just. Oh, and then the guy you have to take a picture of in the. It's kind of like the jump scare in an Arkham City where you have to like zoom in on the guy, and then he's alive, and like grabs you, and it's like, oh my god.
Trying to.
Because you always think it might happen, but sometimes it doesn't. And then when it does, it messes with you so bad.
It's so
I
true.
had another game that wasn't really horror, but it definitely had. I forget what it was though. Well, maybe Bioshocks. Like just the fuck uppedness of how the Bioshocks start. Yeah, I mean, you haven't played one, but like you get to Rapture and like you start realizing that there are crazy people and stuff like that. But then you get to this doctor that's like resculpting bodies and everything, and you're just like, oh my god, like it's so messed up and it's so creepy. Oh, and then the fucking you like pick up a tonic, and then like you like something you can hear like I don't know what it is, but you turn around and there's just a guy standing behind you, like he wasn't there at all, and then all of a sudden you pick up a tonic and he's just like in your fucking face, and they do that I think in Bioshock 2 as well with the fire pyro guy that can teleport. So like you know he's there. You've seen him teleport a couple times, but then you pick up something and they do it to you again, and it's just like, oh my god,
I was
can't stop
I was
it.
thinking of a scary moment in a game that's not really a scary game, but in Left 4 Dead when you're fighting the fucking tanks on whatever the highest difficulty in, those are kind of scary fucking moments. Not like scary like
He's more cheap than anything.
I guess, but you're
Or
still like
or the witch when you hear the witch like
yeah.
crying and you're like, am I gonna like run into her in the dark during a fight
I
or
mean, I guess those aren't scary moments. Those are more like oh shit moments. I'm about to
yeah,
die.
if they had more outcomes of like what they could do, because like the second a witch gets you, you're like, all right, I guess I'm getting down. Get ready to pick me up.
That's true.
The tank, the tank's kind of the same thing. It's just like you have to dodge his rocks, but he's like 100 like expert. He's like no matter how you try to juke that rock, it's gonna hit you. You literally have to get something in between you and the rock.
I can't.
Yeah,
I
but
can't
I
really
don't
think
know.
of any other.
It's an honorable mention. I would
It's
say.
yeah. It's not like a typical scary moment, but it's still like it's a moment you don't want to be in, which I guess is like a typical. I mean,
Yeah, I would say Rage was kind of
I
scary
never,
for not being like a horror
I never
movie
really
or horror game.
played Rage, so I have no.
Yeah, like you'd go into an like, you try to infiltrate a base and like they could literally come out anyway. They were pretty smart in that they would flank you and stuff like that. So at some point you might have like a guy dropping it from the ceiling onto you and like with like bladed hands and shit and like I just had a fucking another one too. Oh, I was gonna mention like Doom
Doom,
maybe
yeah, those are probably
some version of Doom. I'm thinking more Doom 3D with the darkness and stuff.
probably yeah. Was I just had a game too? I keep
Basically, you could probably just think of any game where the fucking when it gives you the option to like when it gives you that scale, like do it so you see this logo but barely see that logo and can't see that logo, and then we're just like, nope, this is a scary game. I'm gonna up it a little.
fighting. I feel like when we this is probably not like another scary moment, but like a frightening, not frightening. I guess I was gonna say when you're fighting Ram in fucking Gears of War, like the first time we fought him and he just fucking wrecked us so bad. I guess that's not really a scary moment. So I don't know. It has. Cause you're just fighting him and he's just like, I'm just gonna send the krill and fucking wreck you without doing a fucking damn fucking thing. But I can't really think of any other scary games per se.
Eternal Darkness,
Nah,
even though I didn't play
I
it.
never even heard of that game.
It's that game where I want to say it's kind of like Resident Evil-ish, but then they scare you into thinking that your save file has been overwritten, and like all of a sudden the fucking map might be inverted. You might be walking on the ceiling and shit. It's just it's more psychological, but it definitely would scare you. Like any game that fake fucking deletes your save file, you're fucking like, oh, you got me.
What about in Batman
You got
where the
me.
fucking screen freezes or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of the same
That's
thing.
more like a shit. My Xbox broke, I think, more than anything else. So
Yeah, I really thought it might have fucked up once. What was the other one I just had? Uh, Fatal Frame.
I saw that on a list, but I didn't hear anything. I've never played it before, so I didn't really bring it up because I didn't know if you even knew about it or anything like
I
that.
didn't. I wanted to play it like when it was first kind of out. I think it's a PlayStation 2 game. I want to say. So I had ideas of playing it, but I never actually got around to it. But that's gonna be. It's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon Snap, but like they're not cute and adorable. They could literally just kill you if they wanted to.
All right. Do you have any
Yeah.
other?
I mean, I'm sure I could think of them.
Yeah, you could probably.
But
It's nothing that's top of your head. Let us know down in the comments what you think some of the best horror games, or what are your favorite horror games, or if you disagree and call me a bitch because I am a bitch. But on to topic 4, since it's Halloween, like I said, we're gonna have another Halloween topic, which is gonna be the best or our favorite horror movies or TV shows. Do you know any horror TV shows? Because I had when you said that to me, I was like, I don't really know any horror TV
well,
shows really.
I never watched X-Files because I figured it would scare the shit out of
Oh,
me.
actually, now it wasn't Goosebumps a fucking horror TV show.
Oh, are you?
Are you
might
afraid of the
remember.
dark?
Are you afraid of the
Uh,
dark? I literally still fucking sleep with the fucking blanket on my neck because of the vampire episode.
now that we actually bring up fucking TV horror shows, that's a fucking.
You, like,
I would
oh
never
my God.
ever watch that show.
Just even the fucking intro. That was on like
It
Nickelodeon.
was
Like,
on
off
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
It was like
Jesus.
Rugrats following by. Are you afraid of the dark?
Yeah. And there's still some episode of some show that I like vaguely remember, and I always think it's like Cousin Skeeter's or like Family Matters or something. I swear they had a Halloween episode, either that or I dreamt it up and it was terrifying. It was like it's like one of the main characters like turned into a doll and was like vengefully killing like the entire group, and he like spit ooze and shit, and I can never remember what it was.
Chucky?
If anyone could let me know if I'm just making it up or like if they actually acknowledge it. I want to say it was like on Nickelodeon.
What about
It was-
the Boy Meets World Halloween
the
episode
Halloween
when they
episode?
were in the school and they just kept like
Yeah,
following?
I'm trying to think if that actually scared me, but it was definitely like, oh
I
my
think when I
God,
was younger, it scared me a little bit, but I also get scared
yeah,
very
maybe
easily.
because like didn't Feeney get like a pencil through his fucking skull? or
They all
something?
just like kept
So it's like,
dying and
oh.
dropping off.
Actually, I think the scariest part for me when I actually watched it as a kid was the janitor that like just rolls by. He like he has that creepy fucking like laundry basket thing, and he just like they're like, hey, can you let us out? And he just like walks away or like pulls the shade and walks
I think
away.
there was a part in it when they were in one of the classrooms and like someone just sprinted by the fucking outdoor, like the room outside the
Yeah,
window.
the killer, right?
I think so, yeah. And I was just like, that's fucking creepy as hell.
Yeah, that had Jennifer fucking Love Hewitt in it. Very funny. And I think towards the library. I think the library got scary for a little bit, and then like they immediately unmask it, and Sean realizes it's Sean. It's like, oh, okay.
So I'm a big bitch when it comes to scary movies. So my fucking movie I will not watch, which you always say is not even a scary movie, but Paranormal Activity, the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones where like, well, did I say it on like the first one? First one, the trailer kind of ruined the best
That's
moments
true.
for me. So like I kind of wasn't ready. I mean, I still kind of get scared watching horror movies, and sometimes I just get up and I Wikipedia like I'm like, so what the fuck? I was like, I know something's gonna happen. Like if I just kind of know. So I kind of bitch out a little bit sometimes. Either that or I'm bored because horror movies in general are kind of like B at best
I will.
because they don't really try. It's kind of formulaic at this point.
I mean, that's which one that like I've told you the story before, but I'll tell everybody else that I went to the movies with my girlfriend. She was watching the movie, and I could not even look at the fucking screen to watch the movie. It was the fucking
Paranormal, you mean?
yes. I could not watch
Yeah,
that
but
shit.
why? You don't see the
I'm
monster at
I'm
all.
just freaked out by like knowing that something's gonna happen, but I have no idea when it's gonna happen or anything like
Yeah, I
that.
guess. Um, I was gonna say another one that's kind of like paranormal, but actually kind of tried to take steps up. It was MTV's Unfriended that just recently
I
came
don't think
out.
I've seen that. Oh,
It's like the whole movie that takes place over like a Skype call,
oh yes, yes, yes.
and like they use basically every fucking form of like social media that we use like today, and like they try to figure out who's killing them and all this stuff. And
Did you ever see
uh,
that movie with the girl that was like Skype calling them even though she's dead or whatever?
that's the Unfriended one.
No, but it wasn't there. You're talking about? Are you talking about the movie or the TV show? Did you?
Talking about there's an Unfriended
Oh no,
TV
that's what I
show.
thought you. Yeah, I thought you said MTV's Unfriended.
Yeah, it was made by.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure it was an MTV movie that
I
then got
misunderstood. I
theatrical
thought
release.
you said there was something like that on TV that was. Never mind.
TRL was pretty scary.
I'm trying. Like Chucky when I was younger was like wicked. It freaked me out so bad.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, he's a little fucked up dude.
It's just.
Like, does he like threaten to like rape the mom and
He
stuff
does a
like
lot
that
of
too?
fucked
It's
up
just like,
shit,
oh.
like just stab people even though he's a fucking doll, and it makes no sense whatsoever. It's just, I mean, I get a lot more scared than most people, so I don't like that shit at all. So I could probably just name every horror movie and be like, yeah, I don't watch that whatsoever.
Let's say this one that wasn't supposed to be scary but like ruined childhoods. Jumanji.
Oh, that was yep.
Oh my God! First, like like the lion in the fucking bedroom, and you're like, all right, this is gonna be kind of weird. And then the fucking Van Pelt, the hunter guy, just fucking
Yeah,
terrifying.
yeah, it's so true.
Terrifying.
So
Even the fucking pelican bird that stole the board game for like a little bit, he was fucking like he looked so mean. It was like the meanest fucking bird. Like birds are fucking stupid. It was the meanest fucking like he knew and he did that thing like he's like I got the board game, bitch. And like you're like, "Oh my God, he knows he's doing something."
I was just thinking of a movie.
Well, we can just knock out the Nightmare on Elm Streets, the Freddy versus Jason.
Some reason those
AVP Predator was scary.
Predator.
Because you didn't see the
Yeah,
Predator
yeah.
in the beginning, and then the whole fight at the end is still definitely probably like one of the best fights of like the 80s.
I was gonna say Saw 1 was kinda, it wasn't like jump scare scary, but it was like this could be a realistic thing that someone could
actually do.
yeah, someone could totally do that. Like, and it was,
I still love the plot twist at the end of that.
oh, him just being
The-
laying on the ground.
him being in there and the game over slides the door. But then they like redo it in like the
They
third
redo
movie.
it in like
It
every
doesn't have the
movie.
same-
They're like, oh, he has to be inside.
Oh well, they say game over, but then like it isn't the last one. I kind of like I vaguely watched scenes from was the one where like the guy from Princess Bride, who was the guy in the first one that like had to cut off his leg, has like taken over.
Oh, he's
Then
he's like the end guy at like the very last movie.
yeah, because he looked like a cult leader at that point. I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. But I'm pretty sure he did the game over thing, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, no,
I
they
guess.
just kind of overdid those fucking movies once the first one caught on. They're like,
Yeah.
this is kind of
Which do you think Paranormal Activity Ghost Dimension is actually gonna be the final chapter?
probably not.
Because God, I hope it looks so stupid.
They're just kind of going like the first one.
Because the whole part was like not being able to see the monster, and now all of a sudden we're gonna see like a goo,
Yep.
a goo version of the monster.
I don't get why they like overdo it. I mean, I guess to make money, which is the major goal for everybody. But
Yeah. Plus they're so low budget.
That's true.
That they're probably making fucking handful fucking cat. I don't know what I'm saying.
like
Cat. hand fists of cash or whatever. I don't know, something
Like
like.
the first one freaked me out because like I didn't know where the monster was, anything like that. But I feel like this one wouldn't freak me out as much because like I know the monster's there. I get what the fuck it's gonna do.
Yeah,
It's just like I guess like I get scared of like what could happen to me like if something just like happened like that. I guess. But like the other Saw movies weren't really scary so much as just like gory and like that's fucking
yeah,
gross.
yeah. Like the one where they just grind up a bunch of pigs to try to drown them with it. It's just like I think I'm gonna be sick as opposed to
What about
scared.
when they throw the fucking girl in the pit of needles and it's just like,
Oh,
oh, that's
God.
not
Is that
scary.
the was that the girl from like 24?
I don't
I
know.
don't think
That's the
so.
girl that like becomes the main character for like the next two movies after
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah. So
drug
it's the
addict.
girl from the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So it's not the
I
24 girl.
was like, please don't throw her in the needles. Please don't do it. Just
I mean, like that sucks, but like, yeah. I mean, she probably got a few fucking needles in there, but
I would assume
it's
so.
also bullshit. She found the actual needle that she needed too, and I was like, yeah, okay, 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 lucky.
Needle in a
I mean,
haystack.
if you didn't find it, the plot wouldn't have progressed. So I mean, I guess you had to find it.
It's game over. You're locked in the room
It's
forever.
literally a pit. Like he put a dick and just put it at the bottom, but no, apparently he put it on like the first 1 to 2 layers.
It also makes no sense that she threw her in there rather than just like stepping on it. I think that might have been a little bit better.
Yeah, or reaching from the sides. I don't know,
I mean,
something
I
like
guess
that.
he was like a bad guy at that point, so they had to make that be known. But
No, he was just like a roid fucking dude.
that's true.
He wasn't necessarily a bad
He,
guy. I guess we since we're talking about Saw, we could say Hostel and the collector.
I've never seen either of those movies.
Hostel is like, I mean, there's a bunch of them now, and I actually haven't watched a full one, but it's definitely a scary premise. It's like I think the most recent one was like two guys are in a party at Vegas, and then like the owner's like, "Oh, hey, I got like a private party with like strippers or something." Like, "Oh, cool, we're in Vegas, we might as well." And then like he just like starts cutting them apart and stuff, and it's like, "Oh,
Seems like a
I don't know about
seems
that."
like a
And then
typical horror movie.
and then the collection one was kind of the same gist. Um, Except he like killed everyone in the fucking club for no reason. Like he had like a fucking spiked wall and like incinerator and all this stuff. And it's like only one person got out, or maybe two, I think. The two
I
leads.
heard that Visit movie that just came out was like fucking wicked scary.
Yeah, the return of M. Night
Yeah, I heard
Shyamalan.
that was
A
really
little
bad.
bit
Those
bad.
not bad, like really scary, like would
Oh
scare
yeah,
the shit out of me. I guess would be the way.
grandparents are scary,
I
man.
read the fucking plot for that, and I was like, I wouldn't even have guessed that. I just did you see it or read about it or anything?
No, I do plan to see it
Okay,
though. Like
I won't spoil
just
it for you then. It's just it takes a wicked weird plot twist, and it's just like I agree. Like my grandparents' house used to scare the shit out of me when I was younger. Just like I don't,
It's just that old person thing, the
I
smell
just
and like the
I don't know.
cookies and the like they bait you in with food
One
and love and hugs and shit, and it's like I don't trust
One
you.
night, I don't know if I was sleepwalking while dreaming or like what the fuck happened, but one night I woke. It had to have been a dream because it made no fucking sense. But I woke up one night and I my room at my grandmother's was right next to their room. So like I woke up and for some reason I got up and like went into their room, looked in their room, like nobody's here. I was like, this is, and it was like it had to have been like midnight or something. Like, okay, this is weird. Went into like every other room upstairs, didn't see anybody. I'm like, huh. So I went downstairs. There was nobody down there. I was like, all right, I guess they left and I'm just gonna fucking die. So I slept on the fucking recliner in their like den or whatever, and they like woke up the next morning like fucking screaming like, Steven, where are you? Where? And I was like, they're like, why are you down?
Where were you?
They're like, why are you down here? I was like, I was upstairs last night and you guys weren't there, and I don't know where you guys went. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That makes
Yeah, so you definitely
I was
sleepwalk.
definitely sleepwalking, but it seemed like so real. Like it was when I was younger, like maybe 5 or 6 or.
I've always wanted to sleepwalk, and I never have.
My cousin has the funniest sleepwalking story. My aunt was like in the living room, which is connected to their kitchen, and like just one night she sees him just casually just walk out into the kitchen, open up the fucking trash barrel, and just start peeing into the trash barrel. And she's like,
That's
it was
weird.
him and her husband. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Like you're not supposed to wake up people when they're sleepwalking or whatever.
Yeah, because
It fucks with them or
it
whatever.
does
Yeah.
damage, yeah.
So they're like, what the fuck do we do about this? He's just pissing into our fucking trash
just
can.
hope he gets it all in the barrel, I guess.
It was so funny. I was just like, that's such a weird story that like I don't know how that shit happens. I can't.
Other horror movies, I'm gonna say The Shining. I don't know
Oh,
if you've
I've
ever
seen
seen
The
it.
Shining.
I feel like it should have been scarier than it actually was because the kid and the wife in that just pissed me. Like the acting wise, they weren't very good to me, and it kind of ruined it a little bit. But like Jack Nicholson was like on
Yeah,
point during that whole fucking movie.
that's like another case where like that could be like a real fucking like maybe not the whole thing,
Yeah,
but like the killer could be like a real thing that just that
and just like the way they time jumped in that kind of like you never knew exactly like how far his like insanity had
yeah.
progressed. It was just kind of like a certain point during the insanity, and just like, and the iconic scene of him like taking an axe to the door and shit.
Those
And then they got weird. They had him like a picture of him on the wall at the end. I was just like, okay.
those are like
But I'm pretty sure that's the first time they kind of did
those are
that.
like the scary like so two things I hate in scary movies is like something is about to happen and I know it's about to happen so I don't want to watch or like it being like that could be like a realistic killer. Like Chucky scared me just cuz I was younger but like
And you had dolls.
yeah, like but realistically that's not like a scary concept that could be like a real thing. The same with like Jason or fucking Freddy or any of them but like I
Yeah.
hate like the realistic killers that like that could happen to me easily. So that's
I might walk out and actually be abducted and stabbed.
but
Yay!
I always had the thing when I was younger where I was like scared of the dark, where I was always like looking around corners, being like, "What the fuck's over there?" So,
Yeah, I always had the thing after watching. I was just gonna mention this one too, Jaws.
oh yeah, yeah,
And like, even though I'm in a chlorinated above ground
that's
pool, I always thought like I was gonna like every time I went on the ladder, I was like, hurry it up,
that's
hurry it up,
that
hurry up.
that
You don't want your
always
foot, I don't
happened
want
to
to
me
get my
too.
feet.
I'd always be like, I know there's nothing in this pool, and there's no sharks or anything, but what the fuck? Why am I want to
Yeah.
get out of the water?
Are You Afraid of the Dark had an episode like that too. The fucking monster that was like at the bottom of the fucking indoor school pool. Oh man, it fucking got me.
It's so funny.
What was another one I was gonna
That's
say?
another one of those things where like you think you're just fucking weird and people don't experience that.
Oh no, everyone's done the water thing at some point, I think, but they just got over it quicker than some people. Um, my sister made me watch Dead Silence.
I've never seen that.
It's it's this one where some lady, some crazy lady from the town, like she thought her dolls were real and she treated them as children and all this stuff, and then she like has some vengeful thing where she like the dolls are actually like possessed people and stuff like that. And there's just this scene where like it's a flashback to where she's doing a ventriloquist like scene, and some kid's like, "Are you real?" And the doll just gives like the dirtiest fucking look, and like it like looks like it wants to just go across, and it's like in a room full of people, and it's this little fucking kid just being like a little smart ass. And the thing like it looked like she was losing control of it, and it might have like just ran across the room and like chucked the fuck out of him and like stabbed him. It was so creepy. But overall the movie was kind of weird. Like Donnie Wahlberg was like the cop, detective cop in that. It was just kind of
What about it?
overall the movie wasn't that great, but like it had some moments where it was just kind of
What
scary.
about I just saw it on this
I want
list.
to say Alien, but I've never seen
What
Alien
about like
either.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre and
That one freaked me out. I watched the remake. I've never seen
Nah,
the
I've never
original.
seen
I
the
watched
original either.
remake because the remake was such like a slow start, and like some of the camera angles they used, it made it look like it was from a perspective of a killer. And I was just like, I watched it at my buddy's house, and like he was sitting on like the floor closer to the TV, and I was like, I was on the couch, and I was just like, I had the blanket up near my eyes just in case. Of course, this was I was maybe like 12 at this point,
I
so
can't think of the name.
it was respectable. My fear reaction was a little
I can't
respectable.
think of the name of the movie, but the movie where like there's a family staying in the house and then there's like a group of people in like masks that like I think
Oh,
it's
the
it's
You're Next or something like that. I think it's You're
it's
Next. The one with the bunny
I
masks.
think so. Or
Yeah, and they like crossbow the fuck out
yeah,
of
it's
people
just
through
like
the
I
road.
hate
Yeah,
that shit.
I need to see that one too.
There's just
Uh,
I hate
all those ones with masks too. Like half of it's the mask. Like,
it's
would Jason be as scary without the
probably
mask? I
not.
mean, his face is fucked up, but like that thing's just iconic.
It's so true.
And like they said, Adam Sessler was talking about. He's like, yeah, the white mask part. Like you're in this whole thing of darkness, and it's still that thing where it's like, yeah, you can still see the mask, and like in the middle of this fucking wave of darkness. There's definitely more. There's so many.
well, I mean, every year at Halloween there's like
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the good ones because like a lot of horror movies that come out are just like
what about
shit.
like The Exorcist? I've never really
I've never seen it, but I don't.
I've never watched it just because it
That's
creeps
more.
me
I feel
out.
like that's more. Yeah, I think that's more of a fuck up in this one, like where he
He's
doesn't he
he's
like
possessed by like a demon or something like that.
no, it's the daughter's possessed by the demon, but then like I think there's a scene. Well, the whole 180-degree head turning thing is weird, and then I'm pretty sure he like like the devil like masturbates the fucking dog. Like it's so weird. It's so weird. Like I don't really want to spend my time doing that.
Trying to find other good.
The Paranormal Activity ones, the fucking witch coven, those are the scariest part. Like three, I want to say it was the guy like they go to stay at like the family's house because they're like, okay, the house is clearly fucking possessed. Let's just go. But they don't know it's the daughters. So then all of a sudden, like the guy, he can't find the wife or the daughter or something. So he goes into the garage. So it's like a long, narrow way to get to the garage. And then the second he gets in the garage, he's like looking for the light switch and he turns it on. There's just like a whole group of fucking witches just staring at him with like dead eyes. And I was like, holy shit. And he's like, oh my God, oh my God. And he runs back down the straightaway. And like he keeps like turning around to see them and they're just walking at him. It's like it's one of those things where he's clearly outrunning them, but it's still
I was
terrifying.
thinking in the first one where she like goes, or there's a few parts, but one of the parts where she's like standing above the bed, like she just wakes up in the middle of the night and just standing there like right over her fucking
And
husband.
she
And sh-
and she just
yep,
rocks
and it's just so freaky. Or the part when like, isn't there a part where she goes outside and the
to the
yeah, and
sunset.
she's just sitting there. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this is fucking creeping me the fuck out. Fucking, I hate that movie.
Plus, like the end of all those, they have that part where like her face is half
Yep.
devilish, and like those are scary. Fucking the first guy's name, who's not Johnny Storm, who's the other one? Who's the guy with the chains and the whips and the flame skull and
Ghost
Marvel?
Rider?
Yeah, that guy. The first Ghost Rider movie, the fucking Mephisto guy, kind of does that. Like when he gets angry, he like starts turning into his devil form a little bit in the face, and you're like, that's creepy.
One of my, I hated the part. I don't know if they showed it in the Paranormal Activity trailer, but at the end where she like fucking whips the body like down the hallway, and I was like, oh my god, scares.
Oh, what, the
Yeah,
original one? No, she throws it at the camera.
isn't it like down the hall though when she does it? I believe.
She throws him from the hallway of darkness.
Oh
And
yeah,
it goes
okay.
up. But then again, that was the part that was in the trailer, and I was just like, that would have been a great fucking payoff if
Yeah, but
they didn't put it in the trailer. Because the paranormal activities are always like priding on being like, ooh, they give you the feel of the movie, and they give you a bunch of random things to think about, and they don't really show you what's in the movie itself. And then, but like, apparently they fucked up on that one because they ruined the best part.
it's just that movie.
Because take that part away, and it's just like a door slams, the fucking he drags her out of bed one
The
time.
lights go on and off just
Uh,
randomly.
Yeah, that part wasn't even scary.
The
I mean, like
pictures
the attic.
upstairs.
Yeah, the attic you thought would be scary, but it really wasn't.
I'm
Like I remember one of the fucking trailers had like I think the guy from the second movie, the demonologist or whatever, shows up, and he's like talking at the table, and then his like head just gets slammed down on the table. But then that never happened in the movie. I was like, oh.
that.
Yeah, what
I
were
was
you
gonna say
gonna
that movie never made me feel less like a man next to my girlfriend.
say?
Because I was just let me know when something's gonna happen. I'm just not gonna fucking watch.
I'm scared of bed
Well,
sheets.
I told her go.
The white linens just
I
do it
told
for
her
me.
when
I
we went
can't.
in,
I
she's
can't.
like, because we went to go see a different movie and it was like sold out or there was like a long wait. And she's like, how about Paranormal Activity? I was like, how about no? Because I'm not.
But you gotta do whatever the
Well,
girlfriend
no, because
says,
we
so
had like
you-
an hour or like an hour and a half to waste before our bus was coming. So we're like, I guess we need something to fucking do. It's in fucking Vermont. It's like fucking
you
freezing.
might as well have gone for a walk in the woods by yourself.
I probably would have been
Feel like
less
that was
scared.
less
Yeah,
scary.
exactly.
I'm gonna say the Insidious slash Conjuring movies.
What are those?
If you've
I've never seen those.
It's basically like a kid's possessed again, but like there's a demon world that is like right next to them, and the demons are coming in because like the kid like slips into a coma, I think, and they say like when the kid's in a coma, like the body's susceptible to possession, so it like just baits out all these fucking demons and stuff. So it has like Rose Byrne in it, and well, this I'm talking Insidious
Okay.
first. It has like Rose Byrne, and there's this part where like some of the demons aren't even like that scary. It's just like the fact that so she's walking through the house doing laundry and stuff, and she like goes out to throw. Well, she's walking around with a laundry basket, and like you don't see it just because it's like a tracking shot through the house. But there's actually like a little fucking like 1920s kid just with his back turned against the wall when she walks by. And then like she goes out and throws the trash in, and then she sees him like dancing and playing music in the house, and she's like, "That's weird." And then when you go back and watch that scene again, you're like, "Oh my god, he was right. He was like literally 5 feet away from her." And then there's there's a part where they're talking at the table, and it's like it's in daytime, and it's like okay, they're just talking about stuff, and then like they they cut back to the guy, and they're talking about how like the demons aren't going to be like they have a solution to the demons maybe. This could be wrong, but they're just talking about it, and like they kind of subtly call out the demon, not directly, but kind of like, we could try this or something, and or they don't come out. He's like, I thought demons don't come out at night, or only come out at night or something. And then like it cuts back to like either the woman or the guy, and this fucking red faced fucking demon is just like behind him or her, and it's just like the demon gives no fucks. It's just gonna come out whenever the fuck it wants. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. Did
But then The Conjuring's kind of like the prequel of that, I think.
Probably. Did you ever
I
see
want to say.
The Stepfather? Did you ever
What?
see The Stepfather? It's a.
Ooh,
It's a
no. Didn't they have Amber Heard?
I'm looking at the cast right now.
I know I have the
What is her name?
Nip Tuck guy. Amber Heard.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
It was,
I wanted
it
to see
was
that.
so. It was scary. That's another
It's basically The Visit, except just a middle-aged
guy like.
weird guy that you don't
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
yet.
That's just another instance. I just don't like those movies because that could be a real fucking thing. I'm just an overall bitch when it comes to scary. I wish I liked horror movies because I'd like to watch some of them because they're probably good, but I'm not man enough. I guess is the basic.
Yeah.
Do you have any other horror movies or?
Oh, no, again, there's probably a fucking shit ton. And
I
like
think
I
we
don't know,
named.
maybe next Halloween we can like hit up another batch.
I think we named all like the must see good ones basically. Or
True. I would hope so. Probably not though.
if you know any horror movies that are good, then maybe we should. Well, I'm not gonna watch it, but maybe Justin will want to watch us.
Yeah, I'll end up
Let us
watching
know
it.
down in the comments below. But I will not watch it, so don't ask me. So if you want to let us know like what your favorite ones are too, let us know down in the comments because there's people probably
So we missed. I can already tell we missed like a
yeah we
shit ton.
probably did.
Because there's even ones that aren't like necessarily categorized as horror, but they have horror
Yeah,
elements.
well, we named like if you were gonna name like the top 10 horror movies, we probably named like all 10 of them realistically. I would assume. Oh, we didn't name like I don't know if Frankenstein and stuff considered horror. I would assume so, maybe. I don't know. But that is gonna do it for this week's podcast. Let us know how you enjoyed the podcast, or if you enjoyed the podcast would probably be the better way to say it. We're gonna give out our Twitters, Justin. Mine's at XLane.
We never did Psycho or Scary or
I was gonna
Scream.
say Scream, but isn't that more like a? Oh, wait, no. Scary Movie is the
The
parody.
parody. Yeah.
I was looking at that and I saw Scream and I was like, isn't that the parody? But I guess not.
The Ring, Grudge, Poltergeist. Yeah, we fucked up a lot.
But if you want to talk to me, hit me up on Twitter. It's at xlane3499. Do you want to give yours out? If not,
I think it's just at JKD 1100.
okay. Well, you can
Could be wrong.
follow us, tweet at us, stuff like that. But make sure to subscribe to our channel. It's youtube.com/powered by velocity with 2 Y's because people take the fucking good names and then don't use the channel name, which I'll never understand. But our podcast is also on iTunes at Powered by Velocity with only 1 Y, which I guess might get complicated down the road. But I'm working on getting that just the original URL. So if you like the podcast, give it a like down below. Make sure to check out our channel. Subscribe. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Bye.